Hello, Mr. Biddlecom. My name's George Daly. I'm here working for the New York Times, and one of your family members told me that you were a U.S. Army veteran during the War of the Rebellion.
Yes, I am.
Well, I was hoping you wouldn't mind telling me about what you experienced during the war. I'm very sure my readers will want to understand what happened to you during the conflict.
Are you sure you want to hear my story? I spent over 2 years in the Army and over 40 years trying to forget it. I'm sure your readers would be much happier listening to a general or some high-ranking officer.
Well, you see, sir, our readers want to know what were some of the experiences of the common soldier. You know, they long for the accounts of bravery and courage in battle, how the defenders of the Union and freedom would single-handedly take on traitorous rebels. To hear from a common soldier who achieved glory and success on the battlefield. They would love to hear about your adventure in the War of the Rebellion, sir.
My war experience is not like that, Mr. Daly. It's quite the opposite. You should stop telling your readers lies.
Why'd you enlist, Charlie?
I left home to fight the battles of our country in order to keep the country free so that my 2 little boys will not have to live in a country where the rich man oppresses the poor man, as they do in some countries, and as they will in this country if the rebels win this war.
If it wasn't for the rebels, I'd be home with my family, not freezing out here in goddamn secession.
Damn the South, damn the war, and all that had anything to do with getting it up, either directly or indirectly. End war. End, and let me go home to my wife and babies.
Charlie, wake up. Charlie. We're leaving, and I think you should come with us. And once we leave the pickets, we are not afraid to shoot anyone that will try to stop us.
The U.S. Army misuses us like dogs.
If it was not for the regard I have for my family, I might perhaps try the same route. But never shall it be thrown in my boys' faces that their father was a deserter. But rather, let my body fill an unmarked graves in the swamps of the Chickahominy, than that it be said that their father was either coward or deserter.
I've been a Democrat my entire life, but I just couldn't bring myself to vote for McClellan.
But isn't he promising peace and end to the war?
We all want peace, but I'd rather stay out here a lifetime than see this country remain divided.
I am determined to have an end to this. Even the election of McClellan would spur the Lincoln administration to a more persistent effort. If McClellan is elected, we will have to assault the rebels' trenches outside of Petersburg, instead of waiting till starvation compels them to come out and fight.
I'll tell you one thing, it'll be a real bad slaughter if we attack them.
I think it's altogether best that Abe is elected president. Those who support McClellan are making another compromise with the devil, by which man is degraded and brought nearer to the devil in everything. Today is to be decided by the people, the election. Whether this war so far is success or failure, whether there's enough of the old Union and the old principle of liberty of the past to pay for the fighting, or whether we shall have to abandon all that has been gained through the war for freedom, for equal rights and honest laws since the landing of the Pilgrims.
I'm not the foolish boy I once was, as 2 years in the Army learned me a few things. I learned to speak plainly and honestly what I do speak, but at the same time do it calmly and after due consideration. The Army is a very good school for hotheads such as I was, and if they are apt scholars, they can learn much that is very useful.
Is there anything else you would like to tell me about your experience?
Before I became a soldier, I was heavily criticized by my family for being a slacker. I thought the war would change how they would view me. After I returned from the war, I was despised by my family for being a drinker. It seems to me that the only time I was appreciated as a part of the family was when I was soldiering with the Army of the Potomac in 1864 and 1865. The greatest irony of it all is the aspect of my life that I believed would change how my family viewed me as a man was the direct result from me turning to the bottle. What you think and write about the glories of war in your newspaper is not the reality of what soldiers truly experienced on the front lines. You've never seen.
Seen what?
Company A, return fire!
What a man can do to another man. There's a Bible verse I think of sometimes when remembering my wartime experiences. It goes, "Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, 'Whom shall I send? And who will go for us?' And I said, 'Here am I. Send me.'"
Sergeant, Sergeant Ammo. Sergeant, are you there?
Sergeant's down, Charlie.
Why are you telling me this?
So you and your readers understand that ideals are peaceful. History is violent. No one truly wins in war, Mr. Daly. All it leaves behind is pain, scars, and unanswered questions.
My name, it don't matter. You don't know me no how. But I wish you would listen to what I'm saying now. I need someone to talk to, and I want you to know I ain't putting you down, but I don't like your town, just hanging around, waiting for the hard times to go. I came here from Fresno, and that is my home. If I ever get back there, I won't feel so alone. I came looking for work here just a few weeks ago. Now my spirit is beat, I got sores on my feet from walking your streets, waiting for the hard times to go.